My parents secretly drained my entire trust fund to pay for my sister's lavish influencer lifestyle. My mother told me, "She's building a brand. You're just wasting your life." My sister laughed. Stop being poor and jealous, but they didn't know about the secret clause my grandparents put in the will. "You spent my entire trust fund on her Dubai brand retreat," I yell, voice shaking with rage and disbelief. "Lower your voice, Riley. We had no choice." Mom snaps, her arms crossed like this is just another lecture. "No choice?" I spit. "You drained 6 figures Grandpa and Grandma left for me, behind my back, to fund Elle's fake-ass influencer brand?" Huh. Elle is slouched in one of the velvet bar stools, sipping from a $22 pressed juice like it's holy water. "God, relax. It was an investment. You were just hoarding it like a squirrel with anxiety." "It was for law school." I bark. "It was my future, not a backdrop for your Instagram thirst traps." Dad, quiet as ever, pretends to be invested in wiping down a clean countertop. His silence cuts deeper than the insults. "You're not a child anymore, Riley," Mom says sharply. "Elle is doing something. She has over 300K followers. You are reading used books in a dusty shop and turning down every opportunity we offer you. She's our best bet." Elle doesn't even look at me. She just mutters under her breath, "Jealousy is so ugly." But none of them know about the clause, the one Grandpa added without telling a soul. I'm Riley. I turned 26 last week. No celebration. Just a polite text from Dad and a heart emoji from Elle. I've always been the quiet one. Not passive, not weak, just the one who didn't fight for attention in a family where it was currency. My head is loud, though. Every memory, every betrayal, every time I stayed silent while they took and twisted. I'm tired of being polite. And I'm not stupid. I saw the legal withdrawal logs. I know they faked my consent. I just haven't played my card. Yet. The family portrait. Mom, Diane, 54, knows the law better than she knows her children. Strategic, cold, obsessed with image. Once said I had a personality that shrinks a room. Dad, Greg, 58, former accountant, now spiritual retiree. Gentle but absent. Will do anything to avoid conflict. Even sell out his daughter. Eloise. 24, influencer, self-declared lifestyle guru. Thinks NFTs are like low-key a vibe. Got my college savings to buy a Tesla in 2023 because the market dipped and it's like smart to buy in chaos. Each of them has taken from me, and I let them. Until now. 3 months ago, I found the alert from Chase Private Client. $187,450. Gone. I called the bank. They told me the request was signed by me. Digital authorization. Same signature. IP matched, except I hadn't logged in for months. It was for Elle's LLC. Mom told me when I confronted her. And she's family. This is all still yours in the long run. They faked my signature, used my trust, my literal trust, to buy her website domain, a marketing firm, a crypto course from some TikTok guy named Prophet Zach, and flew her to Bali for soul content. No apology, just rationalization. They asked me to be supportive. Elle posted a vlog, from nothing to CEO in 30 days. She used my money and called it bootstrapping. I emailed Mom's financial planner. He didn't reply, just forwarded it to her. That night, she called and said, "You're being dramatic. If you'd just monetize your degree instead of hiding behind used books, we wouldn't be in this mess." I was the mess now? They forged my consent, lied, spent, and called it love. Senior year of college. Elle got a DUI. She called me crying. Mom said we'd keep it quiet. Her record was expunged. The court fees? $14,000. From my account. They told me it was a loan. I never saw it again. Elle doesn't even remember it. She says I always had help from Grandma. Grandma, who left me the trust because I used to drive her to dialysis every Saturday. Who told me? Elle's always been Sparkles. But you're the steal. She died the same week Elle hit 100K followers. Guess who got the front seat at the funeral? Not me. What they didn't know? Grandpa was a lawyer. When he drafted the trust, he added a protection clause, buried deep in the will. Should the principal be withdrawn without Riley's expressed and documented consent, all executors lose inheritance claims, and Riley assumes full control of the estate trust. That included the family's residual shares in his stock portfolio and the vacation house in Jackson Hole. I only found out because Grandpa's old paralegal called me by mistake. I sent one certified letter. No drama, just facts. They got it last week. Tonight, I showed up for dinner. Elle was crying, not like a mascara cry. Gut level, hyperventilating sobs. Aha. Tell me this is a joke, Mom demanded, clutching the letter. You wouldn't ruin your family over money. I looked her straight in the eyes. Calm. Clear. You ruined this family the moment you decided Elle was your only investment. Dad tried to speak, but I raised my hand. I kept quiet when you used me as a financial backup plan. When you pretended my silence was agreement. This isn't revenge. This is protection. Legal. Clean. Done. Elle screamed. Mom stood frozen, and I walked out. The silence after everything collapsed wasn't triumphant. It was haunting. You think when you finally stand up to your family, the weight lifts. But it doesn't. Not at first. It settles differently. Not on your chest anymore, but somewhere deeper. Your spine, maybe, where your boundaries grow. That first night alone in my new place, I couldn't sleep. The air felt too quiet. My body still braced for criticism that wasn't coming. I kept waiting for Mom's sharp tongue or Elle's fake laugh. I kept checking my phone, thinking maybe they'd beg, scream, call me selfish again. But they didn't. Instead, I got a 2-sentence email from Dad 3 days later. I'm sorry things got this far. I wish I had done more. I hope you're safe. It didn't hit me right away. The heartbreak in that line. The quiet acknowledgement. The first time in years he didn't try to justify anything. Elle posted a teary-eyed Instagram reel called, "When the people closest to you betray you," and turned off the comments. A Reddit thread shredded her. Screenshots leaked. Her brand began to unravel in real time. She texted me. "What did you do? Everything's ruined. Hope you're happy." Then a week later, "I didn't mean that. Can we talk?" I stared at that message for a long time. I didn't respond. I went to class instead. Property law. The irony didn't escape me. That day, I bought my own couch. Mid-century, rust-colored, soft enough to sink into but firm enough to hold me. Paid in full. With money that was rightfully mine. That night, I sat with a cup of mint tea, watching the city flicker through my window, and whispered something I hadn't said in years. "I'm proud of you." And I meant it. Healing wasn't the final courtroom win. It wasn't the frozen expressions on my parents' faces or LA's influencer collapse. Healing came slow, quiet, like a bruise that finally stops aching. It was in the little things. When I bought my own plates. Not inherited, not leftover, not temporary. Just mine. When I woke up and didn't check for approval. When I realized I no longer waited for their version of love. Forgiveness didn't show up like a movie scene. It looked like this. One morning I saw an old photo of Elle and me as kids. We were laughing, arms linked. I didn't feel rage, just grief, not for her. For the little version of me who thought love had to be earned by being useful. I still don't talk to Mom. Her lawyer reached out once, said she wanted to discuss a family reconciliation clause. I politely declined. Ella tried again last week, sent me a voice note. Crying this time. Real messy crying, saying she knows she messed up, that she was drowning in validation and didn't know how to stop, that she thought Mom only loved winners and she was terrified of losing that love. I listened, and then I deleted it. Not to punish her, to set both of us free. Some nights I still wonder what could have been if they'd loved me the way I needed, but most days, I just love myself in the way they never did. And here's what I've learned. Family doesn't have to be blood. Silence is not consent. Boundaries are not betrayal. You do not owe anyone your life just because they gave you theirs. I didn't get revenge. I reclaimed a peace. And no matter what happens next, that can't be taken from me again. If you've ever been overlooked by your family, used for your kindness, or robbed of your future while they called it love, drop A in the comments. Because you're not alone. What would you do in Riley's shoes? Would you forgive them? Would you cut them off? Tell your story. Let others know they're not crazy for feeling betrayed. If you felt that pain in your chest while reading, hit that subscribe. Because these stories, they matter. You matter.